he had to portray his voice to sound like Elvis, his character to sound like Elvis, his image to look like Elvis, and then he has to use his voice to be Elvis.
Yes.
Then further along into the movie, Elvis' voice actually comes alive. What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're doing another Elvis reaction.
Yes, sir.
We'll be reacting to Baz and Austin Butler, who will be playing Elvis in his new movie. We're super excited to hear about this interview. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down, hit that red subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell, because we're on the road to 50K. And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Hello, Twitter Movies. My name's Nelson George. I'm a writer and director, and you've just seen the trailer to Elvis, a movie coming out June 24th. And I'm here with the director and star of the movie, the director Baz Luhrmann,
Nelson,
star Austin Butler.
I don't look like him, huh? Let's do this little style with the liqueur.
you know, but someone like Shakespeare would take a very iconic, famous character and try and explore a larger theme. And if you want to explore America in the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s, you couldn't pick a greater, more iconic life than that of Elvis Presley.
Austin,
He
you took
compared
on an
himself to
iconic character,
Shakespeare.
Elvis Presley. What drew you to this role, and how did you prepare for it?
I don't really remember a moment in my life where Elvis wasn't a part of it. I remember my grandmother watching his films when I was a kid, Blue Suede Shoes. I don't even remember the first time that I heard it. But that's the thing about Elvis, is he's sort of become the wallpaper of society. And he's such a superhuman figure. So to me, it was the curiosity of finding out who is he as a human, and delve into studying everything I could on him, and watching every bit of footage countless times, and reading everything I could, and talking to as many people as I could, and really getting down to who he was as a man. And that's what I found really intriguing.
What's so great about that is we didn't take so much as live it. We lived the Elvis journey. And in fact, spontaneously, we're in Nashville, and I say to Oz, do you want to drive to Memphis? On the way there, I get a phone call. I said, let's go to Graceland. Guess what? Priscilla is at Graceland.
Wow.
I said, do you think she'd like to meet Austin? And we go to Graceland, and Austin, you tell what happens there.
They open the door and walk in, and I'm sort of just waiting in the living room. And eventually she walks in, and she's so ethereal. It took my breath away, and she just looked me in the eyes. And there was something so profound about staring into these eyes that meant so much to Elvis. It gives me chills right now. And then she said, you have a lot of support, as she hugged me. That was so huge for me, getting that blessing.
Baz, you're incredibly known from Moulin Rouge through, Strictly Ballroom all the way through, using music in your films.
Yeah.
How do you take those traditional ideas of what rock and roll is and make a modern movie about Elvis?
One of the things that we decided was that the music of Elvis, pretty much before the 60s, are recordings that you can't really use in a movie. That's the way they're technically recorded. So we made the exciting decision to have the actor playing Elvis sing early Elvis, and then the later part of it, it's Elvis's actual voice blended.
Oh, wow.
wow.
I'm excited about that.
Those early rock and roll records by Elvis.
Well, there's an incredible amount of pressure, first off, that you feel, and responsibility, and a desire to do him justice. A desire to do everybody who
now
loves
you're going to
him
get them
justice.
trolls, just
And
like
I
we
was
be
so
getting them
shy.
trolls.
I would never sing in front of anybody. I would sing in front of maybe my girlfriend back in the day. And then sure enough, Baz just threw me in the deep end right from the beginning.
I tell you, I don't
sing in
think
front of
Elvis
nobody?
ever lost that nervousness.
Wow.
He never lost that
crazy.
vulnerability in front
The whole
of an
world
audience.
about to hear you.
And I think the love
pressure.
he gave to audiences and the love he got back was absolutely what was an attempt to fill that giant hole in his heart.
So Baz, aside from Austin's role as Elvis, the other central character is Colonel Tom Parker.
Well, yeah.
And he's played by another American icon, Tom Hanks. Why Tom Hanks as Colonel Parker?
All actors have many more notes to their instrument than they'll ever get to play in an acting lifetime. And one of the most exciting and enjoyable things to be part of is to watch a really well-known actor play a new note on
That's
their
a great
instrument.
actor.
Yes, we
Tom's
watched it, bro.
never really got to play the I am a not very good person, maybe I'm not sure.
He's always a
note on his
likable
instrument,
character.
and he plays it loud and clear in this show. I mean, you've got Olivia de-Jong as Priscilla, Kelvin Harrison Jr. as B.B. King, Alton Mason is playing Little Richard,
Little Richard.
Yola as Sister Rosetta Tharpe, Dacre Montgomery as Steve Binder, and Gary Clark Jr. is ripping it up as Big Boy Crudup.
The phrase TCB
Yeah,
comes up quite a bit.
does.
What does that mean?
It means taking care of business. It was a mantra that Elvis had. Two of the things that I think that are extraordinary about the American culture. On the one hand, invention, the creation of the new. Two completely different things can come together and make something new. And honestly, that's rock and roll. And the other hand, you have the sell. In show business, when those two things are in a good balance, it's a healthy world. But I think what motivated me towards this film was, in recent times, maybe one of those things has got a little bit out of balance. And the Colonel was absolutely, ultimately, only about the business.
I know how you work. You work on a grand scale. So this is a film that looks like it's really made for theaters.
Absolutely made for theaters. And
Oh, yeah.
honestly, it's all about giving enough reason for strangers to come and meet in a theater and sit and commune over a story
That's
worth
the best ones.
stepping out for.
For me, Austin, Baz, it's been great to talk to you about this film. It's going to be a major event this year. You have any final words, Baz?
Thanks so much for stepping through the door, and after an incredible 3-year journey, the privilege
3
of
years.
this filmmaking experience, I hope to see you all in a theater very, very soon. And like I say on the set, that would be cut.
I like that. I like that.
Yes.
So first of all, he compared himself to Shakespeare. You made a comment about that as well. That's huge, man. And for him to just create this amount of you know what I'm saying, this format of Elvis life in a movie format, it has like really struck a lot of people. The guy got to meet Elvis' ex-wife.
Yes.
So he said he caught chills when that went down.
And he was in Graceland.
And he was in Graceland.
In
Not too many
his
people
house.
can. Not too many people can say that.
Yeah.
Not too many people can say that was able to experience that, man. So he had a lot of great experiences, and I like the fact when they was mentioning about how they, and I actually made this comment a while back in one of these reaction videos when I said, how are they going to reuse Elvis songs if he's
You
on
did.
stage
You did.
making fun? Having fun, laughing, kissing on people and stuff like that. They want, how they gonna be able to use it? And he just made that mention, so I'm glad he said that.
And he said that he didn't sing much in front of people.
That's huge.
And to take on the responsibility of remaking Elvis's earliest songs
Yes.
for a movie that billions of people are going to watch and criticize.
Let's say this as
Oh
well.
my God.
He had to portray his voice to sound like Elvis, his character to sound like Elvis, his image to look like Elvis, and then he has to use his voice to be Elvis.
Yes.
Then further along into the movie, Elvis' voice actually comes alive
Yeah.
on set.
Yeah.
So that in syncness right there alone probably brought him to another level of unity to be who he was portraying himself to be, Elvis.
It don't look like Elvis left him because
Right.
he was sitting
He still
up
has
there
that demeanor, yeah.
looking, you know, with the curl. Even the curl, like people don't wear their hair like that hairstyle anymore.
You do not see it.
You know?
It's like looking around for a mullet.
right.
You won't see the mullet
Not much.
not as much,
Yeah.
but you would hardly see that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even the old school haircuts with the shaved top,
Yeah.
and the part in the right here inside, then the jerk
It
curl
is.
around.
The jerk curl.
We just said the jerk curl is not here no more. The jerk curl is gone.
There's still some people that try to bring it back, but keep it where it was, baby. I
Yeah.
had a jerk curl, y'all.
Now listen, I know that for anybody who don't know, Sierra, my beautiful wife, she was in theater and she's still in the field of theater. She's just doing some behind the scenes work that you guys have no clue about. Trust me, no clue. But you'll be able to answer this question as well. How do you feel about him being able to, like, how much work does that really take to get involved into a character to be that person for the people that's watching?
Okay, so first of all, I haven't been on screen yet. But even, you know, with plays, it took about 2.5 to 3 months to really learn the history of the character, immerse yourself in the character, learn how would the character be feeling on this scene, and
the emotions.
you having to really become that character. That's a lot.
What happened to self? Like, do you instantly put yourself on pause?
Yes, instantly put myself on pause. Like, once I, like, on show days, and the show runs for like 2 weeks. On show days, and this is like, local theater.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Broadway, that's like month-long stuff. But, ask the question again.
How does what is the amount of, like, the work that you have to put in to become that character?
That's all I was going to say. So, the moment I step into that theater, I'm no longer Sierra. Like, hours before the audience get there, I'm no longer Sierra. Because I can't answer my phone. Like, I wouldn't reply back to your messages. Because I can't get anything to block me from the character that I am when I'm in the theater. I'm not Sierra again until the last person leaves out of the theater and I'm going home.
Yeah.
Because you can't have those distractions. So to be an actor playing such a big character.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say next. Yeah.
And they say it took him 3 years to make this movie. I'm pretty sure he had to put his whole life on pause.
Yeah.
Like his whole life, like love life, like you his weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder, like, from what we have seen with Elvis in the later years of his career, I wonder if he gained weight for that, or if they put on like the little suits for him.
Well, he did the he's being an Elvis after the 60s. This was Elvis.
He's the Elvis the whole thing. That was the songs they was talking.
Oh, the songs. I'm sorry, y'all. So it was the songs that he was talking about. Okay, so I'm pretty sure his weight probably did have to go maybe up and down a tad bit.
Yeah, he had to keep the weight.
Like, this is Elvis' whole life right here that we're about to watch.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure this is going to be, like, for him, this was probably so much. The tears, the crying, the having to, like, interact with the woman, with the manager, with jail time, which is just so much emotions that's balled into this movie and this one character alone that, like, I'm saying.
And he looks so young.
He does.
He looked like he's late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
I may be wrong, but I'm rarely wrong when it comes to those.
Yeah, definitely gonna see him on more movie clips. I know that for a fact.
Yeah,
he's working with a very big time person, so this is
I'm
a
really
big time.
excited about this.
Big time thing.
Really excited about this, y'all. We're coming up with what we're gonna do for premiere weekend. Y'all stay tuned. And like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. Super thanks is enabled if you would like to support the channel that way. And we'll see y'all soon.
Peace.